Buddhism was born in India, it kind of blew up, but finally flowered in Japan. And the schools of Buddhism in Japan are something that you need to value as treasures of the human race. Coming to movies, yes, I think what we just saw, the images that flickered on the screen had stunning imagery. Of course, they were soaked with human drama. And I think the Japanese cinema has never shied away from raw emotions. And I think cinema is an emotion-evoking vehicle. And I am certain that when the people of India and people of Mumbai will be exposed to the contemporary Japanese cinema, you will only broaden your horizon, because unfortunately we have had a kind of a stunted growth in the space of cinema. We only have been consuming cinema which comes from the West. And I think it's high time we also start looking towards East and realize that we have a lot more to share with our Eastern brothers. And I think with the Prime Minister's visit to Japan, the writing is on the wall that the bonds between our two countries will only get stronger. And I'm delighted that you are here and you're opening your doors for us to come there to explore the possibilities of shooting in your country. We're only frightened that Japan may be a very expensive country. The idea of going to Shinjuku and shooting there seems a distant dream. It may be affordable by, by Hollywood standards, but we still are a country which, though we may have come from far away to a very strong position now, but we, in the space of cinema, as you said, we are 7th in the list. So we have to count our foreign exchange when we come there. So initially, I would urge you to ask your governments to facilitate the shootings of the few films that come in the initial phases, so that images can be brought from Japan into India and the people of India are exposed to it, and then a kind of a movement begins. So a certain amount of investment will have to be made by you to kickstart this relationship, because it's very difficult to break into new spaces. There's a kind of a mental block, and that mental block can only be broken by aggressive persuasion. So I'm glad that you guys have taken the first step, and I'm certain that the film industry here will reciprocate. And I'm certain that in times to come, when we look back, today's day will be seen as a glorious day when something was kick-started between India and Japan, which will only make the story of India and Japan richer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your precious comments and your perspective. The raw material of cinema is life itself. That's what Satyajit Ray had said. And true to it that, cinema can transcend all barriers, all languages, and whatnot. I would look forward to see a Mahesh Bhatt film made in Japan very soon. And so I think the topic of film critique, which is being discussed. So I'm sure that, we will, I have...
Difficult to read this really hard scripts. So it's better not to